Hi out there in YouTube land. Grateful to have you with us this morning. Thanks for checking in. Everything you want to know about the ministry, of course, is at www.unityofflagstaff.org. We appreciate your ongoing support on that donate page, so thank you for that. And my friends, today we are talking about I do declare. So let's talk about that, the power of declaration in our lives. Thank you again for being with us. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Reverend Penny Honey, for those of you who might not know. Okay, class, now let's settle down. I love it when the room's so fired up like that, right? Good morning. Take a deep breath with me. We are blessed today to have Ryan Biter with us. That's what I'm talking about. And Ryan is going to lead us in this little light of mine, but you got to see this picture. Now it doesn't matter if we hit one note right? There it is, little Ira June, and of course Sammy.
So I have to say a little bit about this picture. This is at the North Rim. On our first anniversary, my wife and I went to the North Rim. This is our 10th anniversary. And that was at the North Rim with little one in tow. So yeah, it was kind of a fun bookended thing. So as you are able and willing, please stand up leading this song. I gotta stand up with you all. I feel so tiny when I sit down. You're all standing. It's kind of ridiculous.
That's all right. I don't feel very tall when I stand up. right. You guys know this one. You know this one. This is our theme, right? Here we go.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Don't worry, we'll clap in a bit. I'll get you all on time. Change slide, please, Penny. All right. Hide it under a bushel, oh no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, oh no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, oh no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, we gotta do the third grade Methodist thing. Ain't nobody gonna it out. Ain't nobody gonna it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't nobody gonna put it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't nobody gonna blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I just realized that sounds like a swear word is blocked out. Hey,
You mean it isn't?
Just a light of mine together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, gonna let it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, gonna let it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Last time. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
And okay, go ahead and say good morning to each other. We're just going to add that in this morning. There you go. There you go.
I might switch up songs on you. We'll see. I'll do American the Beautiful, but I might switch it. I got it. She was very adamant about it.
Okay, class, come back together. Here we go. I'm so glad you're here. No worries. Hey, we'll set you up some right here. We'll put some right here at the end of that aisle. Meredith. Why? Does he want? I gotta go fix this.
I'm going to take a nap after this. You have some time to breathe in.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sometimes when you're in motion, it's easy to get credit.
Sorry. I love it when you're here. Good.
Oh, yeah, I'm hang out the house.
All right. Let's act like we don't like each other so much. All right? Woo! I know.
You guys ate too many Wheaties this morning.
That's right, baby. All right, welcome once again. You've landed at Unity of Flagstaff. We've got some kind of project going on in the middle of the room, so don't look over there. Yeah, don't even look that way. Hey, sweetie. We're grateful you're here. All right, here we go. Here we go. If you can hear my voice, say amen. If you can hear my voice, say amen. There we go. Now we're in the room all together. Hey, you missed a spot. Just kidding. I have a personal relationship with this floor. Yeah. So thank you for your care. We appreciate it. Okay, so here we go. Man, I am having a hard time circling the wagons this morning. I seem to be out of control of this room. You know, I love that saying, if you really want to know how this spirit thing works, is you are willing to be out of control right? And in command. So today we're going to talk about I declare. We'll come back to that, I'll guarantee it. So I'm Reverend Penny Honey again, still. Thank you for being here. Do you love it when the room is so full that we are looking for places to put chairs? Come on. 12 people. 12 people. I said it was the disciples. The first Sunday that I was here 5 years ago in October. In the room. In the dance hall. Rented by the hour. Prayer works. And we are stinking amazing. Just say that with me. We are stinking amazing. That's right. There we go. I think that works, doesn't it? That's affirmative prayer, because affirmative prayer is the spiritual practice that focuses on the positive outcome. This community held that vision for a lot longer than I've been here, and I am grateful to be a part of it. It is the technique that is central to our teachings. In this room, there are a lot of ways to be supported in prayer. I have prayer partners in the room. Those that are available to pray today, look around. They're here to support you. 1-800 now pray, and look, I actually put the number up there. 24/7 Silent Unity is there to support you. We have a prayer box over here. Please drop your prayers in that prayer box if you're not comfortable sharing them. And of course, you can always call me here at the center. There we go. And now we're here. If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it'll be enough. So on the count of 3, collectively, we're going to pray. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. You guys have got this covered. Celebration Sunday, that is the first Sunday of the month. Thank you for celebrating with us today. We've got a room full, so when we do the prayer requests and celebrations, I appreciate you keeping in mind that you guys will be going like this as my message is not finished if we don't keep moving. So I appreciate you knowing that God knows the details, so when we get into that sharing, we're going to celebrate a lot of things, and that's a good thing. First of all, I want to thank our calendar sponsor this month. That's me. July. Grandma Maine's birthday. Yep. And on that calendar this month it says, best to be nice, the world is round. That was her wisdom. You have the opportunity to sponsor a calendar month, come around September or so. It's our biggest fundraiser, so consider that, please. You can also purchase those calendars. Anybody in this room that made this service happen today, raise your hand. Come on now. There's a lot of you. Come on now. All right, are you sitting in the room? Raise your hand. We thank you for your service of being here. The Helping Hands Project will be finalized this week at our board meeting, and I wanted to tell you about that because at 11 o'clock on Thursday this week, here in the sanctuary is our board meeting. It is an open board meeting, so if you're interested, we have so much fun. Come by and join us. Feel free to attend. And now I'm going to invite Miss Katie Pierce up to the front. I'd asked Katie to give me an unknown, something that you guys might not know about her. And it was competitive long distance? Competitive distance runner in college. Check this out. So now she says that what she does is she writes. That is her low impact exercise. So we're grateful to have you here, Miss Katie. Is that little microphone on and ready for you?
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Here you go.
Is this the time where we start with gratitudes and prayer request as a recommended practice in life? So we'll invite you to give your gratitudes and prayer requests, knowing that God knows the details and you can be slim with words. Thank you.
You know, the funny thing about that slim with words thing is, because you know the part of the service that gets cut down the most, and I've decided I'm not going to take it personally, is the message itself.
Soapbox time.
Good morning. Quickly, was in New York with my family. My brother John's surgery 2 weeks ago went 100%. full recovery and swing. That's because of the divine spirit. My mother's doing well. We're taking care of her personal things. But thank you for all your blessings and your prayers. It was amazing.
We are celebrating that with you, Daniel. We are celebrating that. You know what I've heard? That God is good, but only all the time, right? All right. Here we go, Miss Suzanne.
Yeah, I had a friend that was on her way from Corpus Christi, and I have a feeling she hasn't shared this with me, but she's trying to escape the hurricane on the way. So I just wanted to give thanks for all the people that have been thus far saved and not heavily impacted by all the hurricanes, since this is the season. And also pray for those that are in the hurricane's path, that they'll be safe, that their belongings, their homes will be saved somehow and free from despair and misery. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so let's take a little collective breath in this moment. There's a lot going on the planet, huh? So thank you, Suzanne, for reminding us of those that are having that experience right now. And the only prayer we really need is thank you. Because here we are. So we're holding safety and peace and ease and comfort. Anyone else?
I'd like to just say a prayer for our good friend Mary, who's still going through a grieving process right now. And I'd like to have a prayer for her.
So we pull Mary into the forefront of our consciousness right now. We are affirming the truth of who she is. She is whole, she is safe, and she is perfect. We see the release of sadness and loss enfolded in light. And Mary is blessed. We hold this awareness and knowing for her and with her, and so it is. I hope we didn't scare people off from sharing. Did I do that? So just for a moment, in your mind's eye, hold something that you were celebrating this particular day or month or in this lifetime. And the only prayer we need is, thank you. All right. Miss Katie, I think it's all yours. Well, except I still have a microphone.
Our theme, test. Our theme related to the 4th of July and declarations of independence and interdependence is I declare. Nelson Mandela said, "It never hurts to see the good in people. They often act the better because of it." Penny asked me to think of a time I declared something in my life, and I immediately thought of my opportunity as an exchange student in southern Mexico when I was in undergraduate college. And I started to have some issues with my host family after the first few weeks. Namely, my issue is that my host family seemed to have issues with me. I overheard the mama and the la abuelita, the grandma, expressing their concerns to one another one evening. I took too many slices of meat or cheese for my sandwich. The family drinking water supply was going too fast because of me. I ran a lot. I ate a lot. I got up real early. And Abuelita felt like she had to get up early to prepare my breakfast before I left for school, which was a good 2 hours before their usual breakfast time. I concluded that my presence was a burden to this family, that they weren't a good fit for me, and perhaps I should think about switching host families. One afternoon on my way home from school, I ducked inside one of the many Catholic churches in Oaxaca, and sat quietly in the cool stone interior of the church. After a few minutes, my mind was churning as to whether or not I should try to change host families, and a clear thought came to mind. And the thought was, try focusing on the good in them. Perhaps they'll see the good in you. I pondered this. What if I focused only on what I liked about my host family, only on their goodness, their generosity, or what a good fit we might be for one another? I thought I'd give it 1 month, an experiment. So I started writing in my journal each morning and evening the gratitudes I had for my host family. And interestingly, I couldn't help but keep notice more and more beauty and generosity in these 3 generations of single women. I also found ways to be generous. I started bringing home gifts of drinking water on my way home from school. I started eating 5 extra tacos so that I wouldn't be quite so hungry by dinner time. I took time to sit with Abuelita and hear about her childhood in rural Mexico. My host sister painted me a beautiful sign for my bedroom door, and I wrote her a letter thanking her for sharing her bed with her mom so that I could have my own. The deal maker was when my parents came for spring break and shared much of their week with my host family and I. This was an amazing bonding experience. There was a lot of laughter as everyone tried to communicate in Spanglish, and it seemed that once my host family saw me as part of my biological family unit, their language changed, and instead of la huésped, the guest, I started to be la hija, the daughter. By the end of my 6-month stay, I honestly couldn't imagine having had a better fit for a host family. And today, 21 years later, I can still dial up my mamá mexicana and know that I'm always loved, and I'll always love her. I'm pretty thankful for a thought that popped into me that afternoon, which was to declare my host family a great fit. Otherwise, I might have missed their goodness and them mine. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I had in mind. And like I often say, that concludes today's message. Thank you, Katie. Are we blessed? Yeah, we're blessed. These are the life experiences that we bring into the room. We are co-creators in this. So affirm our unity principle number 3 with me, won't you? We are co-creators with Spirit. We create our own reality through our thoughts, deeds, words, and actions. And the short version is, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. There we go. So now, if you will please get the lights in the sanctuary for me, Ryan is going to move into, after he's done with his text message, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And Marcia, would you be kind enough for me to, to me, how about that? Kind enough to me to count the number of people we have in the room, because I think we have a lot to celebrate. Yeah. Just to fill in, tonight Ryan is at the Arboretum from 5 to 7. It's a beautiful show. Bring your own chair. Come out and see this amazing man. You think he's something here, you ought to see him out there at the mountain, right? With the mountain backdrop behind him at the Arboretum. It's amazing.
When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread. Everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad that miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything, everything, everything's a miracle. Wine, the water is not so small, but even better magic trick is anything that's here at all. So challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but find where there isn't one. The holy water wasn't rare at best. It barely wet my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. Now I walk it with the reverend dare, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. Now I'm holding my breath, walking with the reverend dead. 'Cause everything, everything, everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now.
Everything. Everything is holy now. The moment that we are in, we've spent our entire lives to get into this moment. That's how important it is. And it is holy. And it is healing. So take a deep breath. Release into the divine expression that you are. And take another deep breath. And rest into the knowing. Everything is holy now. Spirit is right here. In these moments, we remember our oneness. We experience no separation. And we allow this place of perfect wholeness to enfold us, heal us, comfort us. And we breathe. We feel the light of God and the presence of Spirit, the expression of joy, the divine nature, the Holy One, whatever the name, filling our hearts and reminding us in this moment we rest in the silence. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the light. Thank you for the healing. Thank you for the connection. Thank you, Spirit. We open our minds and we soften our hearts as we see this and know this for all others. We see healing, we see hope, and we lift our consciousness. And we say, thank you, Spirit. And so it is, and so we let it be.
So sometimes I change up tunes on Penny, and I just not always feeling a certain thing. It doesn't always feel like it sets up everything well. So this weekend I was traveling up to Salt Lake, and I was playing some shows up there. And as I was driving through on 4th of July, I was traveling on 4th of July. I was passing through all the little small towns. And they had all the chairs set up, but late at night, I'm like, what is going on? Or the night before 4th of July, I'm like, what is going on? Why are there so many chairs set up? And I realized people were setting up for parades in each of their tiny little towns. And I don't know about you, but some of us have a kind of a complex relationship with this country at times. And my joy has always been driving around and just seeing the people where they live. And that's the part I find really beautiful. And so I'm trying to think, at what point did I have a consciousness of kind of this idea that we're all together in this whole thing. And I used to, as a kid, was always kind of and still am, sort of an insomniac and don't sleep a whole lot. And DirecTV used to have these concert series, and one of them was an artist named Sean Mullins, and he played this song, and I always thought the song had kind of a great love, because for me, the America I love is the road and the traveling and the people and the kind of the Jack Kerouac end of things. So this is a song that kind of references that. It's called For America, and I wouldn't say it's a protest song. I would say it's something akin to love but frustration. Living on bennies and apple pie, cigarettes and whiskey in a wide open sky. He inspired millions long after he died, on the road looking for America. Well, my buddy's son joined up with the 48th Brigade. 3 weekends a month and a buck sergeant's pay. Well, he lost his right arm on a Baghdad highway. That's one hell of a price to pay, fighting for America. Gardens of stone and dinosaur bones, when they all come back home, what will they find? What will they find? So I went out a walking through the promised land. I went down the crossroads and I shook the devil's hand. When I woke, I found myself sifting through the sand. And I thought, what was the plan for America? For America. For America.
Thank you. What are we doing in this room if it isn't to flex into and open up to being your divine expression? That's why we can do that. That's also why you can do that in your life. The invitation here in this room and in this community is to declare your greatness. Are you ready? Oh, that wasn't very convincing.
If we have to.
Do I have to declare my divinity again? Really? Is that like all the time? It was so much easier when I didn't know about that part. Really? Every day? Now, we know when the Declaration of Independence was approved and printed. That was July 4th, 1776. But do you know where it was signed, physically, where it was signed? Well, at the bottom, of course. Looking for my second gig. Yeah. So a little Declaration of Independence humor, actually very little, right?
You ever seen the show Time Squad, Penny?
No.
Like when they go back in time and Thomas Jefferson is just signing everything.
Oh.
And he keeps failing to sign the Declaration of Independence. And they go, sign it here. And really big. He goes, I like signing things really big.
Cute. I do declare is today's message. A declaration is a formal or explicit statement. It's a formal announcement of something that's beginning. It's a listing of goods or properties. That's what a declaration is, as per our friend Webster. You recognize those? Those make sense, right? But I do declare that there's more to it than that. That there's more than that to the power of declaration. Those meanings just don't give it as much credit as it deserves. What are we missing? So try this one on. As a human declares the truth about God, Spirit, I don't care, call it Hank. As a human declares the truth about that and themselves, so they do become. Now, how about that? What are you declaring in your life? You want to know? Look at your life. You want to know what your declaration is? Look at your life. You know what mine was this morning? We don't have any AA batteries. And I've got to stop, and I have 2 pet sitting gigs on the way to church. And one of my cats had a problem. And now I'm late. And all of a sudden, what I was affirming was, you just don't get it right, Penny. Now, stop that. Don't encourage me. Don't encourage me. I do get it right. I had to stop in the middle of noodling on a conversation this morning about what I declare in my life and say, would you stop that? There was a couple of extra words in there that I'm not using right now. And I was taking in the evidence and the environment that I was in. And I was reacting accordingly, rather than going to that divine spiritual nature that I so encourage all of you to always go to. No, nope. I got to get those batteries. Oh, we need flowers. So now I'm being short with Selena on the phone, and now I'm hardly seeing anybody when I come in the room, and I am not my best self. Anybody? Anybody? I love it when I show up human. It gives me a lot of talk fodder. It's true. Well, your life gives me talk fodder. Your life gives me talk fodder. So be careful what you say to me, because it may show up on a Sunday morning, because it is all the expression of who we are. But it is in the declaring of those expressions that we start to really see a difference in our lives. Okay, so I had a few bad minutes. Well, 30. Okay, 35. But as a human declares the truth about themselves, about spirit and themselves, so do they become. So this morning, God didn't get it done right. Is that right? Because that's what I was saying. You ever do that in your life? Yeah, don't raise your hands. That seems to declare a little more punch, doesn't it? That we become what we declare. You know, and I say it every Sunday. I'll say it today several times. If you have a conversation with me, I'll say it. It's your divine nature. Just do that. It's your divine nature. Just do that. How many AA batteries have the power to keep me, no pun intended, the power to keep me from my divine expression? And how many AA batteries have the power to keep me from being the person that I am by divine right? You know, they're expensive, but they're not that good. I declare that I am enough. And that's different than claiming it. Did you know that the word claim actually means that you make a statement, but you don't have to have any evidence behind it? I am not given any examples. We just have enough of them in the world. But that's what claim means. To declare is when you make a statement about something new that is beginning, that it's actually taken hold. And like we talked about last week, it is action. When I declare the divine nature of who I am, yours is so much brighter to me. You know, it's interesting because I was thinking about this well, first of all, I was trying to think how I was going to tie the Declaration of Independence into a Sunday message. Give that a whirl. But what I discovered was this, is that, when they wrote the Declaration of Independence, they had to get their act together. They had to come to a consensus. They had to focus on what it was that they wanted at the end of the day. Do you see any similarities in your life? Do you see where maybe you get a little distracted by the fact that you need to stop and buy flowers? Do you see in your life the things that take you away from that beginning something new in your life, of showing up as your greater expression? Do you see? Anybody have any of those things in your life? Anybody? That distracts you from declaring what you know by divine right is yours. Now, I'm not talking red cars and fancy houses. Those aren't bad. But I'm talking about claiming who you are at the core of who you are, so that when you have to stop and get batteries and flowers, it's not such a big deal. I could have taken a breath and said, either we'll be all right or we'll be all right. Right? If I was standing in the divine nature of who I am, the strength of whose Spirit is in me, that isn't even a blip on the infinite timeline. That doesn't even own a space on the infinite timeline. And I'm sorry, Selena, because I was grouchy. I'm sorry, because I don't like to be that way. I came in this room, I didn't give one hug for at least 20 minutes. That is not who I have declared I am in the world. You got to get your act together and put your priorities in place and know what invites you into your expression. That's the action. Those guys that were writing that declaration, they got a little shocked because what they noticed was not everybody jumped on board. Do you know that New York never did sign the Declaration of Independence, like for 25 years or something like that? Don't fact check that. I'm trying to remember that from something I read that is not in here because that was not in the talk.
Dang old Reds.
I know. Those New Yorkers. So everybody wasn't on board, and they were kind of bummed about that, and they were really trying to push this thing through, right? But what they noticed is once they got their act together and they were very clear about what they wanted, it was easier to build an alliance. And they did that with the French. Yeah, oui, oui. And they were able to build that alliance, which then made it much easier to move that forward. So this is how I'm tying the Sunday message into that. You ready? First, just because you declare something doesn't mean it's going to happen in that moment. No apology for that. That's just the way it is. You may have to do some work. Ah, no, bummer, huh? You mean I can't just stamp my little foot and say, I declare, and that's it? No. You're going to have to do some work. And it may include forgiveness. That again. It may include sending love through gritted teeth. It may mean blessing someone when really what you want to do is put your dukes up. And if I have to do all that work, why should I bother about making a declaration in my life? And when I make that declaration and I get really clear about what it is, I create an alliance with the universe. It says, now you're getting it. Here we go. Abundance, yeah. Health, all right. Once we get aligned with the power that is within us, and we have declared clearly what it is that we want to see in the world, we can make that happen. Now, come on, I need some more head shakes on that. We can make that happen. You're doing it now in your lives. You don't even know it. It's just the problem is some of the stuff you've declared might not be such a good idea. You might want to check that out, right? You might want to back up on that a little bit and see if that aligns with the true nature of who you are. Does it do harm? Don't do that. Does it bring peace? Do that. Then do that. So get it aligned, and you will create an alliance with Spirit. And now you've got a business partner that won't fail you. You got a business partner that won't cheat on you. You got a business partner that will show up every day, even if you don't have AA batteries for the microphones. Every day. And now we're back to doing that. Only every day. 2 minutes. I keep saying 2 minutes. I give you these little 2-minute exercises. 2 minutes. Anybody can do 2 minutes. 2 minutes a day. Prayer, meditation, focus toward what it is that you want to declare in your life. 2 minutes a day. You know, all those ancient teachers and those hippies and everybody else that talks about meditation, they actually kind of got it going on. 2 minutes. Just try it. 2 minutes a day. To declare who you are and what you are called to be in this world. 2 minutes a day. And once we're clear and we create that alliance, what we are doing is we are coming into our oneness. You're coming into the oneness of your divine self. There's your ally. There it is. Take that one. And you know, the cool thing about creating an alliance with the French is we got a really cool statue out of the deal. And she reminds us, doesn't she? A point to the higher consciousness. A reminder that light heals. A knowing that truth will prevail. These are things that are worth declaring in your life. Don't worry about the microphones, the flowers, the neighbor's dog, the trash can that doesn't get pulled back in ever. Right? Really? This is where we're going to put our energy? Penny? Really? This is what you're going to do? No. No. At least not as often. Because I love being human. And what I can tell you is the third principle says this: we are co-creators with God. We create our experience through our thoughts, our words, our deeds, and our actions. What are you declaring in your life today? This is also known as the law of attraction and the law of mind action. Thoughts held in mind produce their own kind. This is not new information. Declare once you have identified and clearly aligned with. Declare your divine expression. I got really a lot of good stuff in here. It's too bad you're not hearing it. So I mean, I hope you're hearing something that's worth hearing, but it's not this. So I have this really...
Next week's is already written.
Yeah, hey, I like it. So I do have this really great quote by one of my favorite older Unity writers. Well, actually, now she's not on the planet, so she's really old, but she's one of those wise Unity writers. She said this, Florence Scovel Shinn, she said this: the game of life is a game of boomerangs. Our thoughts, deeds, words return to us sooner or later with astounding accuracy. I know. Good. Huh? Want me to say it again? So the game of life is a game of boomerangs. Our thoughts, our deeds, our words, and our actions return to us sooner or later with astounding accuracy. Our vision is clouded and the pathway of our progress is obstructed until we come to know that God can and does express as God in every person and in every situation. Ernest Holmes tells us, what are you declaring in your life? I do declare. Namaste. So now we have a special treat, America the Beautiful, performed by Ryan Biter. And this is Penni Posedley, for those of you who have never met her. She is an amazing, tell me the official title so I don't mess it up. Signer? Do I say signer? American Sign Language Interpreter. Advanced. And you know what? I used to watch her when I was going to a Unity, and I'd get so engrossed in seeing her do it, I didn't really hear the minister. So that's why she didn't sign my message. Just kidding. No. But we're grateful to have her. And Ryan, thanks for doing this song.
If it was like subtitles, it would be like what's the thing they put, like incomprehensible? Or something like that?
Yeah, that would be, yeah, inaudible.
Inaudible, yeah.
Inaudible, that's it, yeah. Thank you.
Unintelligible. So I'm a huge fan of the landscape of this country. It's beautiful. I mean, I just came back to the Southwest, and I've been all over the South. I've been all over Texas. I've been all over all kinds of places. And so in a world where I feel like we become an increasingly more angry and saber-rattly type of country, concerned with empire and all these things. See, I need to not watch it too. I always felt like this was a, you know, if you listen to the national anthem, it's very like militaristic and all this thing, which that's the whole thing. But I've always loved this, and I'm not going to do the whole song. I'm just going to do the first verse. It's one of my all-time favorites. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited plains. America, America, God sheds God's grace on thee, and crown thy good with sister and brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
How cool was that? Yeah. And thank you. Isn't it beautiful to watch in sign language, isn't it? Yeah. Do you want to do it again? Just kidding. Okay, I'll keep moving. Thank you. All right, my friends. Thank you for being with us today, as always. We are now preparing for our celebration of abundance. I love this little quote by Mark Twain. I love Mark Twain. Prosperity, us, that's supposed to be is, by the way. Prosperity is the best protector of principle.
Mama always said prosperity, us the best protector.
We're here all week, okay? And I want to say thank you to those out there in YouTube land. Thank you. Wave at the camera. We appreciate you. Hey, you're missing a good party, but we're grateful to have you with us. And don't forget, you can find everything out you need to know at www.unityofflagstaff.org. Thank you again for being with us. And so I want to remind you, clean your closets. Yeah. We're doing a little clothing gathering, and we are in a fundraiser with Savers, and they'll pay us 20 cents a pound. Now, you know, somebody said, that's going to take a lot. I got to tell you, clothes can be pretty heavy if you put rocks in the pockets. Oh, no, I didn't say that. Maybe wet. Sorry. No. Was that YouTube thing on? Was that on? Where'd you go? Actually, so there's a I tell you, this community shows you how courageous they are because every week they give me a microphone. So 20 cents a pound. 20 cents a pound. That doesn't seem like much, but it will add up, and we are going to collect as many and as much as we possibly can. You can bring it here on Sunday. If you can't get it here, let me know. We'll figure something out. And if you need to come on a different day than Sunday to drop it off, that's fine too. Give us a holler at 928-526-8893. And we will support you in that. So this community is, and we've talked a little bit about this, we're having a little glitch financially, right? So what we're doing is we're getting creative, and we're open to hearing your ideas, what you got, right? Not right now. But call that number because we want to talk about that. The board's listening. We want to hear how we can get around it. Yes, Missy? Blankets do count. Linens count. Blankets count. Yeah. I think you can put sand in the corner. No, just kidding. So, wet blankets. There you go. All right, my friends. So you get the picture, and we appreciate you staying with us in this and helping us to declare what our work is to do in this community. And we all know that just takes some funding, right? So thank you for remembering that. We appreciate you. Tonight at the Arboretum, Ryan Biter. Yeah. 5 to 7. It's beautiful out there. Come on out and see him. It's awesome. It really is a cool show. And tomorrow, there's a sign-up sheet out in the foyer. If you don't want to write your name down, that's all right. Just come tell me that you want to volunteer tomorrow at the Flagstaff Family Food Center. We have an amazing group of folks that do that. If you've never done it, you really are missing out. And it really isn't that hard, and we've kind of got it down to a system. And we fed over 3,600 people last year. Yay, us. And we need 5 more people. And we have very fashionable aprons to wear. Let's bring those baskets down here, and let's get this party going here. All right.
We'll get the party ended.
Or ended. Yeah, that's it. Hi, Emerson. This is my favorite part. Right here. Yeah. Okay. And so, anybody, you want to join us? Come on up, Juniper. You want to come up, read? Come on now. Come on up. Anybody else? Come on. Come on. Come up here. Stand in front of me because then I'll look so tall. There we go. All right, and together we are affirming, we declare our abundance. We know abundance is our truth. We express this in our giving. We are blessed. Thank you. All right, going out there. We got a lot. This is like a whole gaggle. You guys are in trouble, right? Want to do me a little music there, buddy? Just whatever you're feeling, right? Well, keep it clean. Do I have like the best helpers ever? Where'd you go, Emerson? Come on over. You're not running off with the basket, are you? Hey, somebody catch that kid! Kid after my own heart. There you go. I love it. Here we go. We're going to bless these baskets. Stand if you will, and as you are able. Thank you. Here we go. Thank you for these gifts. We are grateful. Unity of Flagstaff declares its abundance through your generosity. We are abundant, and so it is. And we're going to just pop into a little more of this little light of mine. Here we go.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine one more time. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, gonna let it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, gonna let it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
And together we affirm the light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power, and the presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Create an amazing week, my friends.